newspaper that has said, yeah, he's alive. We saw him at the fertilizer plant. Like, was he just buying gardening supplies? What was he doing at the fertilizer place?
He was hoeing around.
Right? Showing off his new goods.
Well, they did that with Castro for forever.
Right?
Castro was dead like for 5 years before he died.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think
he was.
I
don't know. Little Richard died. Little Richard died today.
So did Siegfried and Roy. Roy died last
Roy died.
He died of corona, they say.
Yeah.
But then
so why weren't they quarantining him? How the hell did he get corona?
He caught
it from why? His tiger. He's fucking the tiger.
No, seriously. How the fuck did he get corona and die? Where's that guy going?
Without
you have to go to the magic store. You got to keep your show fresh.
Right. You got to get your wand checked every 3 months.
Well, that was crazy. Did you guys see there's a rattlesnake with 2 heads?
No.
Yeah, I have pictures.
Like alive?
Yes.
Yeah, like not at like some sideshow.
No, it was seen in the wild. They got pictures. It has 2 heads. There's a video of it. All right, we have murder hornets and 2-headed rattlesnakes now. This is what the world's come to during quarantine.
We're so done.
I don't know. Who studies Revelations? Because I feel like there's some Christian pastor out there right now that is like, I told you, amen. Like, hallelujah. We're all going to die.
Speaking in tongues.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the church in, I don't know, somewhere in the South that opened on Easter? They said they were going to open, so a bunch of the locals went and scattered nails all over their parking lot, so when people pulled in, they'd get flat tires. So they cleaned up the nails, and they all pulled in. They went to the church service, and then the cops surrounded the parking lot and ticketed them all the way out to give them 14 days stay-at-home orders.
Oh,
there you go.
God.
There you go. That'll show them. So pretty soon you're going to be able to go out because Florida's going to be opening. Jen, when do they expect you guys to start opening?
We're on soft open now. Like they've opened up retail now for like curbside pickup and stuff, but we're still locked down. We just extended it another 2 weeks.
Oh, so
for lockdown, but we have a long weekend next weekend. And they extended the lockdown till the Tuesday after the long weekend. And I've read a lot that they seem to think that's more to keep everybody sort of like at home throughout the long weekend.
Yeah, I think that's why New York's not opening until June, because I think they're doing it after the Memorial Day weekend. Well, if the weather gets warm and people want to go outside, I'm surprised that they're not holding off in Florida for that, because we've already had issues where they've had to close boat ramps and stuff because people were going out to the sandbar and tying up. And now just with, I guess it was during this week when Palm Beach said that they were going to open up, there was a huge boat parade with people tied up, no masks, for Trump in Palm Beach, going by Mar-a-Lago and stuff. I'm like, what? So I don't know. I think people are going to abuse it. They're going to abuse it.
I was very worried about Florida because of all the elderly people, but way more died in New York. So I was crazy.
Yeah.
I was when I was getting ready to leave and we were packing up my mom and we were leaving early and we got on that auto train and just so many older people all over it. I'm like, this is just going to annihilate them. But
there's a big pocket in Palm Air, which, is close to kind of where your mom lives. And I think there's been big pockets like where you're seeing the numbers, like in Palm Beach or in Boca in the retirement communities. I'm really surprised we haven't seen more from the villages up in Central Florida, because they didn't close their shit down. They were still in the squares. They're a huge swingers population.
Wait, I need to know about this.
Yes.
I have heard about the swinging in the villages, and I thought, what the hell? And then they were saying that the sexually transmitted diseases are like
number 1 in the country.
Yes!
Number one in the country. And the average age is like 78.
So what is going on in these villages?
So my grandmother, who I wasn't super close to, passed away in December. We ended up having her memorial in January. And we went up to the villages, and they use loofahs, which I thought was the natural sponge. But what they call loofahs are those body puffs that we use made out of tulle. They use the scrubbies.
Oh, yeah. Like
to identify what type of swinging they're into. If they're more voyeurs, if they're like partner switchers, if they're into down and dirty, whatever you want to do. There are different colors to signify.
And what do you do with them? You hang them out?
You hang them on your car or on your golf cart to let people know.
Stop it!
So I do a shit ton of research before I go there because I've heard this before. And I was like, I got to know. I felt like I had to go into the deep, dark, black web to find the actual chart. But I found a chart with the Village's logo on it with the colors. So I went to a Dollar General while I was up there, and I tied one to my parents' car. And I didn't tell them.
Yeah.
And so they drove around for 36 hours while we were up there with it on their car. And my cousins and I were just dying laughing. And my parents were basically advertising that they were, I think, the blue one that I put, I think they were couple swapping. So they were looking for another couple that wanted to swing.
I found them. Want to hear them?
No. So my parents have always, I don't even want to go there. Like, ugh. So they have never swung, but they've definitely been vocal in my childhood. And I've had to bang on doors and say, turn down the TV, turn down the radio, shut the fuck up. Like, it's just terrible. So my grandmother just passed away. My parents go to my grandfather's house the day they're leaving, and they tied it to his golf cart. Now, this is a man who's a Christian man that is starting a prison ministry for men.
Oh, my God.
And is, like, very active in the church. But the blue matches his golf cart so well that we still to this day don't know that he's seen it. So I come back, I'm sharing the story of the swinger lifestyle in the villages. They have these giant squares in the middle of their towns and their development where people come out. It's a Monday night. It's 7:00. There's a live band, and there's 600 people outside drinking and dancing and sitting and just enjoying the fresh air. Like, when I get older, I want to go there. I do. Right? I totally do.
I want to go now.
I want to go now. It's like shit ton of fun. Like, but I come back home to South Florida, and I tell my friends this. Well, I have a habit if I get really too tipsy, I have to take a nap for like 20 minutes. That's my superpower, and then I'm like not drunk anymore. So I don't know if I was napping or what, but they tied 4 of these loofahs to my car with zip ties so tight that I couldn't even get scissors underneath them. So I drove around for a whole week, went back and forth to work and everything with 4.
All right, so Jen's got the list. Read them off, Jen.
If you're white, it's novices and beginners.
Yep.
Purple is voyeurs and people who like to watch. Pink is soft swap, people who like to do it with others in the room. Blue, the lowest level full swap, those who can play well with others.
Mm-hmm.
Yellow is mid-level swap for those who want to have fun but are still nervous. A black is a full swap. Those who say the hell with it, let's just get down. And then teal is bisexual for those that want to increase their dating chances. Yeah. This is blowing my mind. I can't believe this is a thing.
If you go to the villages, they'll blow so much more than your mind. Trust me. Just look for the loofah.
Stop it!
I am going to have to buy loofahs online on Amazon now. Like, I can't walk into a store. Like,
they have them all over.
Tampons. I'm afraid to buy a loofah now.
Yeah. Just don't ever buy the black or the teal. You're set. If you buy the multicolor, I'm like, what's the multicolor mean?
The teal is so pretty, though.
It is so pretty. And so are you if you go to the villages.
Blast. All right.
That's crazy. But I don't think people understand like how big the villages are. Like it's enormous. So
I feel like there's 200,000 people living there. Or
yeah, it's insane. They have their own grocery stores. They have like
their own community.
They are, but they're almost like their own city. Like everybody drives golf carts.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what's weird? And I said this to my cousins while we were up there. There's no like mom and pop places because as people get older, they only trust chain restaurants. Well, there's 6 of them, so they have to be good.
Oh.
Sweet Tomatoes buffet closed forever.
We don't have that here
on the internet. You don't have Sweet Tomatoes. It's like a salad bar for like it's like $8 all you can eat for a salad bar and like pasta, but closed forever. I don't know how old people are going to survive now without buffets. Like what happened?
No more buffets.
No more buffets.
That breaks my heart.
I know.
I'd love to go to the salad bars at the grocery stores and get my soup and stuff.
Yeah. None of that. And there's like a seafood buffet up by us. It does a Sunday brunch at Blue Moon right on the water. It's $65 a person. So $80 and amazing, but they're not gonna be able to do that anymore.
Even like the grocery store, like the bakery.
Yeah.
Like fresh made or like.
No, you gotta have it bagged by them.
We're making bread at home because I can't get it at the store. Like I can get Dempster's and Wonder Bread in a package, but I don't want that.
Yeah.
We haven't seen a downturn in our bakery yet, but we have seen a lack of meat in the grocery stores.
Oh no, I'm saying they're not even baking. Like literally the fresh baked stuff in the grocery store is bagged over. Like they're not even making it for people to buy.
So there's not a yeast shortage, but a flour shortage. Not that there's a wheat shortage, but they can't package it fast enough and process it fast enough because people are out of work, and people are out of work want to bake. People are baking. So my daughter's in Boston.
Egg of flour.
Yeah, my daughter's in Boston. She's like, we can't find flour and we can't find tofu or fresh vegetables, but there's tons of meat. And I was like, down in Florida, when it got really bad and like the shelves were empty, I'm like, all you could eat was tofu, and nobody was eating that shit. We were buying the Lipton sides and the whatever you said, the craft dinners. Yeah. Like we were buying that shit. Like, because I'm not eating tofu. It
ain't going in my mouth.
No, like I think all vegetarian meals are so much better with meat.
I'm with you. With you.
Yeah.
I made spare ribs today for dinner. We're about to eat some spare ribs for dinner. I got them at the big Wally World.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I got them, and then I looked, and they were from Smithfield, and that's the packing plant that got closed down due to Corona. So we'll see how.
Just cook it. You'll be fine.
Good.
Because they're saying even like restaurants, if you get takeout, like if you get back up, they'll kill it.
It's fine. I'm not concerned. Okay, well, listen. It was so great to have you on. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for teaching me and Jen about
Power Puffs.
The loofahs.
The
loofahs. That was all very knowledgeable information. And all right, you guys. Well, we'll be back next week. Thanks for joining.
Night.
Good night.